Alright, y'all, let's get into these final Oscar picks. Y'all ready? It's lit.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no, 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 no.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Bright here, the R&B kid, and I'm back again with another video for you guys. How y'all doing? Hope you guys are doing okay and as good as you can be during these trying times. I didn't get a chance to say this on my last video for my drop episode 18 because I filmed that video the day before he died. But rest in peace, DMX. Thank you, King, for what you gave to the world with your art and with your life and with your anointing, with your spirit. Rest in peace, Black Rob. Thank you for your life and what you contribute to hip hop. Rest in peace, Dante Wright as well. So much going on these days. I'm drained, y'all, but as always, we gotta continue to press on and just, you know, move forward and while still remembering what has happened in the past. So yeah, man, it's a hard time in the world right now. Hope you guys are doing okay. Hope your mental's doing okay. My mental's doing okay. It's been a very hard time, but I hope you guys are doing okay. But like you can see by the title, on today's video, I wanted to get into my final 2021 Oscar predictions. This has been a very interesting, very whirlwind, unpredictable season for films. But I'm very excited to see what happens on the Oscars when they happen this Sunday on April 25th, the day before my birthday. So let's get into it. For each category I'm gonna talk about in this video, I'm gonna talk about who I think should win that category, who I think will win, and who is my spoiler for that category. I feel pretty good about my predictions, but I also feel like there's a chance for a lot of upsets in a lot of categories, like, you know, best actress, maybe best adapted screenplay, some of the technical categories. I feel like there's a lot of upsets that could happen this year because this, like I said, it's been a very all over the place award season. But I'm excited to give you guys my predictions regardless. So let's get into it. And yeah, man, let's see what y'all think. All right, without further ado, here are my final 2021 Oscar predictions. Y'all ready? Let's go. All right, y'all, first category we got is Best Picture. So for Best Picture, I think I wouldn't say it's pretty obvious, but I'm pretty sure at this point that Nomadland is a lock for the win for Best Picture. That's who I think will win. Honestly, there could be a chance for an upset. And I'll talk about that in a second, but I really feel like Nomadland is a clear front runner. It's been winning everything. It won PGA, it won the BAFTA for Best Film, it won Golden Globes, it's won so many Critics' Choice Awards for Best Film of the Year. I just don't see any other film winning. Like I said, there could be a chance for an upset, but I really do feel like Nomadland is really the most beloved film in the industry this year. Some people, it's not for them. Some people hate it, but I think overall, the majority of people in the industry, filmmakers, actors, you know, whoever else, love that film. It's not a movie that's heavy with a bunch of actors. It's not a movie that's really heavy in plot. But I do think the simple beauty of that movie, the way it's paced, the way it's crafted, the message it's sending, especially in this year where we were all isolated and really dealing with a lot of, you know, longing, loneliness, trying to, you know, figure out who's our real family, what we want out of our lives during this pandemic. I really feel like Nomadland speaks to this time in a really profound way, more so than a lot of other films in contention for Best Picture this year. And like I said, because it's been sweeping everything this award season, I really do feel like it's gonna win. But before I get to my spoiler, let me talk about who I think should win. Who I think should win, I also think Nomadland should win, as well as Minari and Judas and the Black Messiah. Those are probably my 3 favorite movies in this category. I equally love all 3 of these movies, so I couldn't really pick one that I think should win. I love Nomadland, I love Minari as well, and I also love Judas and the Black Messiah. For me, I couldn't really pick between those 3, but if there were to be one movie that does win, I'd want it to be one of those 3 movies, even though I'm pretty sure Nomadland will win, so I'm cool with that. And now is my spoiler for Best Picture. My spoiler for Best Picture is definitely Promising Young Woman. To me, I feel like it's next in line for the win, especially with it winning Best Original Screenplay, which I think it will win. You know, most Best Picture wins always correlate with the screenplay win, and obviously if Carey Mulligan wins Best Actress, I feel like that's a nice little package for that film. So I feel like Promising Young Woman is definitely in line to be the spoiler if there were to be a spoiler, but I don't think there will be. I really do feel like it just makes the most sense out of all the other movies in contention. And I also think Minari has a shot as well, but I feel like it has to win original screenplay to be able to have a shot at winning Best Picture, and I don't think that'll happen. So I think Minari's kind of out at this point, even though I'd love for that film to win because I love that film. And also, I think the other obvious spoiler for this category is The Trial of the Chicago 7, which makes sense in some ways because of you know, definitely conceptually with what that stories talk about. That movie is so relevant to the times we're living in, so it makes sense that you know, a lot of voters could rally up for that film for it to win Best Picture. And I could see a scenario where it does win Best Picture, but I also doubt it, because what I did was I actually looked at all the past Oscar years since the 21st century has happened, and I looked at all of the movies that ended up winning Best Picture without a screenplay win, which I think ideally would happen if Trial of Chicago 7 were to win, because I really do feel like Emerald Fennell is a lock to win Best Original Screenplay, so I don't feel like I don't feel like the Charles Chicago 7 will win original screenplay, and I feel like it's often hard for a film to win Best Picture without original screenplay win as well. Like those usually always correlate. But in the years where that hasn't happened, most recently, The Shape of Water, The Artist, and $1 Million Baby were all films that ended up winning Best Picture without a screenplay nomination. But what I found out about those films is that even though they didn't have a screenplay win, sorry, not nomination, they didn't win screenplay. But even though those movies didn't win screenplay, they all won Best Director as well. So it was a Best Picture, Best Director package that happened for those 3 films. Those are the most recent examples I found. And Aaron Sorkin is not even nominated for Best Director. So for me, that kind of messes up the stat. And also, but I also looked at some other films. Chicago, funny enough in itself, from 2003, and also Gladiator were 2 films that actually ended up winning Best Picture without the director winning for Best Director. But those films also racked up like 5 or 6 wins and were like some of the most nominated films of that year. You know, which is not necessarily the case with Charles Chicago 7. I think Charles is one of the most nominated films of the year, but it's not gonna end up winning like 3, 4, 5, 6 Oscars like Chicago and $1 Million Baby did. And Gladiator did when they won Best Picture. So I really feel like Charles Chicago 7, what's working against is the fact that Aaron Sorkin is not nominated for director, so that really puts a wrench in its ability to win Best Picture. And even though it's nominated for screenplay, it's probably not gonna win. And even if it doesn't win screenplay, it doesn't look well for it to win a lot of other. The only other craft category that it could win is Best Editing. So I don't see it winning Best Picture by itself, or maybe with just an editing win as well. I don't see that happening. But maybe this is the first year that something like that will happen. It could happen, but I doubt it. I think this category is Nomadland's to take. And if there were to be a spoiler, I see it being Promising Young Woman. But let me know what y'all think about this category down below. Next up, we got Best Director. I feel like this category is locked up. There's nothing more to say about it. Lock it up, hang it up, flat screen is over. Who will win? Chloe Zhao. Who should win? Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. I feel like this is definitely the directorial achievement of the year. Chloe Zhao's won everything in her path. She won DGA, she won the Globe, she won BAFTA. She's won everything she needed to really take this award home, and she deserves it, so I definitely think she should win as well. Chloe Zhao's achievement, Nomadland, was a brilliant achievement. I love the way she directed that movie. It really is her movie. It's really her art piece. So even if Nomadland were to lose Best Picture, I don't see Chloe Zhao losing for Best Director. That's definitely a lock at this point. I don't see any spoiler for this category. To me, it's Chloe Zhao all the way. If you think there's a spoiler for any reason, let me know down below. But this is definitely Chloe Zhao's to take. That's it. All right, and now on to Best Actor. So who I think will win this category? Obviously, my vote goes to Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick has won almost every precursor I think that he's needed to win this award season, besides the BAFTAs, which went to Anthony Hopkins. And honestly, I wasn't that surprised by Anthony Hopkins winning at the BAFTAs. One, because he's European, he's British, and also because the BAFTAs really loved The Father as a film in general. They didn't really love Ma Rainey like that. But I still do think, even though Anthony Hopkins won the BAFTA, I still do think the Oscar will go to Chadwick. I can't see a scenario where the Academy would pass up the opportunity, their only opportunity, to give Chadwick his Oscar. I just don't see that happening. Who I think should win, definitely Chadwick Boseman as well. Even though I loved Anthony Hopkins, I also loved Riz Ahmed as well. I think both of those men definitely would deserve to be winners in almost any other year. But with this being such a stacked year for Best Actor, I think it should go to Chadwick, and I think that's who will win it. Spoiler, obviously, is Anthony Hopkins, but I think there's a very slim chance of that happening. But let me know what y'all think. And now on to Best Actress, which has been the most exciting category this entire season. I did not expect that to happen. I thought, if anything, Best Supporting Actress would be the most exciting category this season, but it ended up being Best Actress. So let's set up the scenario. The only person I think that's out for this category is Vanessa Kirby, obviously, even though she was amazing in not Promising Woman. She was amazing in Pieces of a Woman, but I think she's out. She hasn't won anything so far this year. And let's break down the other 4 contenders right now. This is literally going to be a photo finish to the end, and I'm excited to see what happens. So, Carey Mulligan, in terms of what she has going for her, she won Critics' Choice, and she's also in a movie that's a Best Picture frontrunner. But she hasn't won any of the major precursors that she needed to really, to really have that steam going into the Oscars. So that's what's going against her. Viola Davis, what's going for her is that she won the SAG, and she's a beloved actress who everyone loves, but at the same time, she just won an Oscar of some years ago. And so I'm not sure if there's that, I don't know if there's like that rush in the industry to give her an Oscar now. And she also was in a movie that was not nominated for Best Picture or Best Actor Screenplay. Andra Day, She won the Globe, and I think her performance, in my opinion, it's my favorite. It's the best in the category. Her performance is beloved, and she did win the Golden Globe, but she's very new. She's a new singer turned actress. I don't think the Oscars will feel the need to give her the award in her first run at the award, so I feel like that's what's counting against her. And she's also in a movie that she's the only sole nomination for that film. The United States vs. Billie Holiday was not a great film, but she was amazing in it. So, but with her being the only nomination, I don't think that'll bode well for her winning the award, even though in my opinion I would give it to her. And then lastly, Frances McDormand, she won the BAFTA, which is great. That's a great signifier for her. But at the same time, she will win an Oscar if Nomadland wins Best Picture, because she produced that film, and she just won an Oscar for Best Actress like 2-3 years ago. So I don't know if there'll be a need to give her the award like right now. And I also feel like this role that she played is a role that felt very comfortable for her. And I think the Oscars would rather give it to Frances for the next role, which really pushes outside of herself. So that's how it kind of breaks down. So in terms of my breakdown, in terms of who I think will win, even though I was kind of gunning for Viola Davis and Andra Day this entire time, especially after Viola's SAG win and Andra Day's Globe win, I kind of think that award actually will go to Carey Mulligan, who, even though I loved her in Promising Young Woman, I wouldn't give it to her personally, because I just think Andra Day will be mostly deserving. Like I said, that's who I think should win. That's who I think should win. But I think Carey Mulligan will win because she has the British voting bloc on her side, which is a big part of the Academy, and she's also, like I said, she's in the Best Picture frontrunner. I think if somehow Promising Woman were to upset, it will be a nice package to have it winning picture, actress, and original screenplay. But even if it doesn't win Best Picture, I still think it'll be a nice package to have actress and screenplay, which was really, those awards were really the high marks of that movie. Carey Mulligan was the center of that movie, and the screenplay was what was brilliant about that movie. So I feel like it'll be a nice package for it to win those two awards. But at the same time, there's a chance that we could see an upset by Viola or Andra Day, maybe even Frances. I doubt it, but I really do think Carey Mulligan will take it. And this year, where there's so many options, Viola and Andra Day could cancel each other out with the playing 20th century singers vote, which that's kind of my bag. So I feel like they'll cancel each other out with people who like that type of thing. Vanessa Kirby's out. Frances is out, I think, because she just won recently, and she'll win Best Picture. So I really do think it just leaves Carey Mulligan in that space to just come in and kind of be the person that gathers the most votes by a small margin compared to these other four ladies. So I think Carey Mulligan will take it, even though I would give it to Andra Day. But if there were to be a spoiler for this category, I see it being Viola Davis or Andra Day. More so Viola Davis, because Viola Davis is in a film that has more nominations than Andra Day, and she's also a more known and beloved actress compared to Andra Day, even though I think Andra Day was the best in the category, like I said. So yeah, man, Best Actress is all over the place. I was talking for a minute on that one. I do think it's Carey, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was any of the other four ladies. I really wouldn't be surprised at all. Let me know what y'all think is happening in this category, because I don't even know what's happening in this category, but we're gonna find out on Sunday. Next up, we got Best Supporting Actor, easy breezy. This is also one of the most locked up categories of the night, in my opinion. Who will win? Dan Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah. Who should win? Dan Kaluuya as well. He's my favorite performance in the category. He's definitely the best performance in this category. I don't see anybody else taking it. I have no spoilers for this category because I feel like I don't see anybody else taking it. Daniel Kaluuya has won every precursor he needed this season. He won BAFTA, he won the Globe, he won SAG, he's won everything he needed. He's been killing it all award season. No one else has won. This has been a straight sweep all season, so he's winning it. I don't see any scenario where anyone else will take this category. Sacha Baron Cohen and Paul Raci are also deserving as well, but this is Daniel Kaluuya's to lose. So Daniel, congrats already. Congrats. I can't wait to see you get your Oscar on Sunday. Let's go. Next up, we got Best Supporting Actress. Also a pretty locked up category. Not completely locked up, but kind of locked up in my opinion. Who I think will win this category. Yoo Jung-yoon, who I think should win this category. Definitely Yoo Jung-yoon for Minari. I loved Yoo Jung-yoon's performance in that movie. To me, it was the best part of that movie. I've already told you guys. I think I told you guys in one of my other Oscar videos before she even won SAG that she was my winner for this category. Even though I love Glenn Close and Hillbilly Elegy, and I love for Glenn to win her Oscar finally, I don't think it should be for this role in particular. Maria Bakalova won the Critics' Choice. Jodie Foster won the Globe, but she's not here, so she's not factored in. But Yoo Jung-yoon, she won the SAGs, and then she won the BAFTAs, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, she's gonna win it. Like, she was always my winner, so I'm glad she's actually gonna win it now. I'm glad everyone rallied behind her, and she's definitely gonna win it. Spoiler, definitely Glenn Close or Maria Bakalova, but I don't see that happening. I really do feel like this is gonna be Yoo Jung-yoon's to lose. Let's see what happens, but my vote is Yoo Jung-yoon. Next up, we got Best Original Screenplay. I feel like this is pretty locked up as well. Who will win? Definitely Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman. And who I think should win? Also Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman. I'm very happy this is going to happen. I think she's definitely a deserving winner. Her screenplay was amazing. That film, the way it was written, the way it was thought out, the way it was executed with the script, it was amazing. I love the way they wrote that movie out. Brilliant writing, brilliant concepts. I love that movie. So I definitely think Emerald Fennell will win for Promising Young Woman. If there were to be a spoiler, who I think should win? If not Promising Young Woman, definitely the Sound of Metal writing team. I think Sound of Metal was a great film as well. I would love for it to win original screenplay, but I don't think it'll take out Promising Young Woman. And if there was to be a spoiler, I can obviously see it being Aaron Sorkin for Child Chicago 7. He did win the Globe, but he hasn't won anything else. He didn't win WGA, which Emerald Fennell won. He hasn't won anything else major, so I definitely think this is going to Promising Young Woman, but let me know what y'all think. Alright, now we're on Best Adapted Screenplay. This is one of the toughest categories of the night for me. I had a hard time picking my final winner. This is definitely a two-horse race between Nomadland and The Father. I personally love Nomadland as a movie more, and because it's going to win Best Picture, it's my winner for this category. I think Nomadland will win, but also I don't want to count out The Father, which is my spoiler for this category, because I do feel like, you know, it won BAFTA. I think it's won a lot of, like, you know, Critics' Choice Awards, you know, a lot of critics groups in terms of its screenplay. It's one there, but I also don't see Nomadland could win Best Picture without screenplay, but I do think it'll just get screenplay to come along for the ride for winning Best Picture. So I think that's how it'll shake out. But like I said, The Father is my spoiler for this category. It won BAFTA, won a lot of other critics' choice, so we'll see. It could win. Who I think should win this category, but it won't. One Night in Miami. To me, One Night in Miami was a freaking screenplay masterpiece. I love the way that movie was written. It gave the actors gold to work with, but unfortunately, it hasn't really won much, and I don't think it's picked up steam this award season for a screenplay. But that's who I would give it to. But I definitely think this is going to Nomadland. But The Father could be a definite spoiler. Let's see what happens. And now we're on to Best Animated Feature. I feel like this is pretty locked up. I have not yet seen Wolfwalkers or Shaun the Sheep, so my bad, y'all, but I do still feel like this is a lock for Soul. Soul is my winner for this category. It's also who I think should win. I thought Soul was an amazing film with brilliant writing, a brilliant concept, and really just well done voice performances, just a visual spectacle. I love Soul. I thought it was a great film, so I definitely think it should and it will win. And my spoiler for this category, I don't see happening, but if there were to be a spoiler, I could definitely see it being Wolfwalkers, which has been the critical darling of this award season for animated features, which I haven't seen. I feel like I should check at some point, but yeah, definitely Soul's win this category. Wolfwalkers as a spoiler, but let's see what happens. And now on to Best International Feature Film. I'm not that invested in this category this year because I haven't really watched any of these films. Sorry, guys. But I'm going to say who will win is definitely Another Round. It's kind of been the front runner for this category for a while now. You know, according to Gold Derby and other, other places that do rankings and stuff like that, Another Round has been at the top. So I'm gonna go with Another Round for who I think will win this category. Who I think should win, like I said, I don't really have a choice because I've not watched any of these films, but my spoiler for this category is definitely Quo Vadis Aida, which is I think another really beloved film in this category, like another critical darling in this category. Even though it's not been a front runner for wins, I definitely see it being another film that's loved in this category. So I could see Quo Vadis Aida being a spoiler, but I definitely think this category will go to Another Round. And now on to Best Original Score. I think this is also another pretty locked up category, to be honest. Who will win? Definitely Soul. Who should win? Soul. Soul's score was breathtaking. It was beautiful. It was expansive. It was imaginative. It really pushed the movie along. And Soul also did win the Guild Award for the Society of Composers and Lyricists. So it won the Guild. So I think it's pretty locked up for the win for Best Original Score. And I'm glad about that. If there were to be a spoiler, I could see it being Minari or Mank. Minari might be like more of like the critical darling, more critical choice for score, which is fine because I thought it was a beautiful score as well. But I don't think it'll take out Soul. And Mank also was also done by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, so maybe they'll give it to Mank instead of Soul. But I still think Soul has the edge here. All right, y'all. Now on to Best Original Song. So this category is kind of exciting. Definitely one of the ones to look for on Oscar night because I feel like it can go any which way. At this point, Low C Scene from The Life Ahead has won the Globe. Shout out to Diane Warren, who was like 0 for like 11 or 12 or 13. Also, I think now she's like 0 for 11 or 12. So there could be that incentive to give Diane Warren an Oscar finally, even though I wouldn't really want it to win for this song that's not really like a beloved, really well-known song like that. And then Husavik has won the Guild from the Society of Composers and Lyricists. It won the Guild, but I don't see Husavik taking the Oscar in the end. So it's kind of an interesting category. I still think who will win is Speak Now from One Night in Miami. I still feel like Leslie Odom Jr. will prevail to win the Oscar for this song, because I feel like it'll be a good way to give One Night in Miami something, especially because it was snubbed in Best Picture. I feel like this would be a way to award the movie with something. And I still feel like it'll be, I don't know, it just feels like a best original song winner. But who I think should win, definitely Fight For You from Judas and the Black Messiah. Shout out to D-Mile, shout out to her, and shout out to Yara Thomas. I love that song. It's my favorite song in the category. It's definitely a song I'd want to win. But because Daniel Kaluuya already won the Oscar for that film, I don't think they'll really need to give that film another Oscar, but they could, and I'd love that to happen. And also, my spoiler for this category is definitely Low C Scene. You know, like I said, with Diane Warren factor being there, I can see them giving it to her for that reason. And Houston could also be a spoiler, even though I don't think it will win because it won the Guild. And Fight For You could also be a spoiler as well. So we'll see what happens with Best Original Song. But for now, I do think it'll go to Speak Now. Let's see what happens. Next up, we got Best Sound. I think this is a pretty easy category as well. My favorite movie in this category is hopefully going to win, and that's Sound of Metal. Sound of Metal is definitely my winner for this category. It has the best sound design in my opinion, and also it did win the Guild. It won the Cinema Audio Society Award for Best Sound Mixing, so I definitely think it'll win this category. And it's also who I think should win this category for sure. If there was a spoiler in this category, I could see it being Soul or Mank. Soul also did win the Guild for sound mixing. I don't think Mank won the Guild, but Mank also had great sound design as well. But yeah, I definitely think this is Sound of Metal's to take. I'll be so upset if anything else won, because Sound of Metal's sound design was amazing. It touched me. It really was like a whole character to the film itself. So I definitely think Sound of Metal's taking this, but let's see what happens. And now on to Best Production Design, another easy category in my opinion. I feel like this will be the only place that Mank gets love come Oscar night. Who I think will win, Mank. Mank had amazing production design. It also won the Guild, the Art Directors Guild as well. So I definitely think it's definitely shooing for a win, and I think it definitely should win as well. It's definitely a movie I think should win. Even though I love Ma Rainey's production design, Mank's production design was really more memorable, more expensive, and more I think more representative of the time it's in, and it was really done well. Shout out to I think his name is Grant Burton that did it. Shout out to him. My spoiler for this category is definitely Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. To me, that's second in line. And also News of the World. News of the World has pretty typical production design, but it's also really done well as well. So those are my spoilers for this category, but I definitely think this is Mank's to lose. I feel like this will be the one place they can give Mank an award for the night, and I don't see them passing up the opportunity. And now we're on to Best Cinematography. So I think this is actually an interesting category this year. Who I think will win is definitely Nomadland. Shout out to Joshua James Richards. I think his cinematography in that film was beautiful, was gorgeous, was breathtaking. It was so great to see on screen. And also I think that's who should win. I think Nomadland should win this award. That's who my winner is. But I definitely think Mank could be the spoiler for this category. It's my spoiler. You know, Eric Messerschmidt did win the Guild for this award. He won the Guild from the American Society of Cinematographers. You know, so with Mank winning the Guild, it makes me think that there's a chance it could upset. But I also think that might just kind of just worked as a consolation prize for it not ending up winning the Oscars. I do think Nomadland will win the Oscars. So I think that this was kind of just their way to recognize the brilliant cinematography that was in Mank as well, even though it won't win the Oscars. So I do think it's Nomadland, but if there were to a spoiler, it definitely is Mank. And now on to Best Makeup and Hairstyling. I think this is a pretty locked up category as well. Pretty easy for me to pick. I think the winner will be definitely Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I also think that's the movie that should win. To me, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom had the most memorable and most useful, and had the best use of makeup in this category. I definitely think it will and it should win. If there were to be, and also I think it's definitely a front runner because it also did win the Guild. It won the Makeup and Hairstyles Guild, so I definitely think it's a shoo-in for the win. But I also think if there was to be a spoiler, I could see it being Pinocchio, which had really complicated makeup. Even though I don't think Pinocchio's been released in the US yet, or Hillbilly Elegy, or maybe even Mank. I can see one of those being a spoiler, but I definitely think this is Ma Rainey's Black Bottom to take. And now on to Best Costume Design. Shout out to Ma Rainey's Black Bottom again. That's why I think will and should win this category. Shout out to Anne Roth. I definitely think she'll be winning her. I don't know if I think this is her first Oscar for Best Costume Design. I think what she did in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom was amazing. I love the costume in that movie. It was so well done. It was so memorable. It was so vibrant. It was really on point. I love how she picked out the pieces for that film. I do think she's a frontrunner for this category, but with the word to a spoiler, I could see it being Mank or Emma. Emma had probably the most expansive and most, like, you know, visually stunning costumes in this category, but because it's a movie that hasn't really been, widespread like that, hasn't been seen by a lot of people, I don't think it'll take the win. And Mank also has a shot, but with Anne Roth having won the guild for the Costume Designers Guild, I think she's a frontrunner for the win. And now we're on to Best Film Editing. Always a key category to watch every year for a Best Picture correlation, so which is what makes this interesting, because I do think the movie that will win this year is The Child of Chicago 7. I definitely think it's also who should win as well. I think The Child of Chicago 7, I think this is the one place they can really give an award if they don't give it anything else. And I do think this is the one place that will award it. I don't see it getting any of the awards, and I think it's appropriate. The fast-paced editing, the choppy editing that really served the purpose of the movie and the timeline well, I think will bode well for its chances to win. And the editor for the film did win the Eddie Award this year, so I definitely think it's a shoo-in for the win. But there would be a spoiler, I could see it being Sound of Metal or Nomadland. I know a lot of people think Sound of Metal will win because a lot of movies have always correlated with sound and editing. It could happen. A lot of people think Nomadland has a shot to win. I don't think so, but I could see Chloe Zhao winning for editing, but I don't think it'll happen. I do think this is Child of Chicago 7's to lose. But like I said, Sound of Metal or Nomadland are my spoilers, but I do think Child of Chicago 7 should and will win. Let's see what happens. Alright y'all, this is the last category I'll talk about, and that's Best Visual Effects. I'm not that invested in this category because I just feel like it's kind of a boring category this year. But who I think will win this category, definitely Tenet. I feel like it'll be a way to just give Tenet something this year for the Oscars. I feel like they'll just give it this award and that'll be it. And also I think it's who should win. I think Tenet's visual effects were just so amazing. The subtle ones and the not so subtle ones, they were just great and really served the purpose of the film well. I think they're really done well. And yeah, I think it'll be great to give Tenet something. So I think it will and should win. But there was spoiler for this category, I definitely say being The Midnight Sky, which I would not be upset at all because The Midnight Sky had great visual effects that really were well done. I've not seen Welcome to Chechnya, so I can't really speak on that film, but I definitely think Midnight Sky is an obvious spoiler for this category. But I do think it's going to Tenet. Let me know what y'all think about this category. Alright y'all, so that was it. Those are all my final predictions and my final picks for the 2021 Oscars. Let me know what y'all think about them. I'm really excited about this year's Oscars. I think my predictions are pretty good, but at the same time, the Oscars know how to throw curveballs every goddamn year. They do it every year. They throw major curveballs. So let's see what happens this year. I'm excited. I didn't talk about any of the documentary or the short film categories because I'm not really invested and I don't think I've watched almost any of those movies, so I feel like a fraud talking about them, so I'm sorry. But shout out to whoever will win those categories. Shout out to whoever will win. Love to see it. But yeah, man, Oscars, like I said, Oscars will be going down this Sunday. So let me know what y'all thought about my picks. Let me know if y'all agree or disagree. Let me know what you think will happen in Best Actress, Best Picture. Who's winning Best Picture? Is Nomadland a lock or nah? Who do you think is winning in Best Adapted Screenplay? And some of the other technical categories. Let me know who y'all think is winning down below. I really want to get y'all opinion. Yeah, also look out for a review of the Oscars coming hopefully soon next week or the week afterwards with Miguel. I'll try to have Miguel and me again. We'll go over, we'll talk about the Oscars. So look forward to that. That's coming soon. But yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and let me know what y'all think down below. And if y'all already, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, okay? Appreciate y'all. Like I always say, guys, live your best life, drink more water, stay woke, and if you're mad or sad, go listen to your favorite song, make you feel better, okay? Go listen to your favorite song. And come on, guys, we're still in a whole panini press. Stop playing. Please wear your mask, wash your hands, and social distance as much as you can, okay? And when it's time to get vaccinated, please get vaccinated. It's important for all of public health to do that. Don't hesitate. If you can get an appointment, get your vaccine if you haven't already. Please do that. I'm gonna say it again. We're in a whole panini press, so please, guys, wear your mask, wash your hands, social distance, and please get vaccinated when you can, all right? Appreciate y'all, man. All right, but I'm about to get off this camera. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. This has been your boy, Bright, the RB Kid. But for now, I'm signing off, baby. Bye, y'all. Peace.
I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no. I came to vibe, you came to function, just do that, baby. Don't worry about nothing, no. Relax just a little bit. You don't gotta worry, you can just